welcome back to our big announcement series where my husband Edwin is joining me.
That's right.
And I believe this is
Episode
part 4. Episode part 4.
Okay, part 4.
Whatever.
I guess I was sleeping on part 3.
Yeah. More like I dragged him into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so part 4, it's just going to be a quick November recap. We've done a few series, but I think it's just going to be what happened in November since our announcement. You did one of the big ones.
Yep.
If you don't know, check out, go to it. I have like a whole playlist of all of them. But if you haven't seen it, go check out the first one and watch them in order. They kind of feed off of each other. But if not, we are moving to Europe and we are selling everything that we own and starting a new business. So we are taking you along with us on the journey as we figure out what we're going to do, why we're doing this, and talk to you through all the different countries that we've talked about. And there's some back stuff that we've done immense research. This idea has kind of been around for
2 years?
2, 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been way more than a year and a half. 2 or 3 years, because Aubrey was in cooking school.
Yeah.
So it's been over 2 years that we've talked about it, but it was never quite the right time for our family. And so now it's looking a little bit in that direction, but we have some moving parts that are kind of keeping us here. Until those things get settled, we are gearing up to do all the other parts of the scary, exciting process. So your big thing in November, if you want to share that, what you cleaned out.
Yeah. We spent a whole weekend cleaning up the garage.
That was fun.
That was fun. With 4 kids, I mean, you can only imagine we'll clean it one day and then 2 days later it's back to the same thing. But this weekend we just took a long weekend just to going through everything that we had in there to see what we can sell, what we keep, what we just throw away. You know, it was a big thing, but it felt satisfying at the end. Just so you know, the garage almost looked the same again just because of 4 kids, but it's all right, you know.
It looked better. It's way less cluttered, but
yeah.
It is, aside from us moving and downsizing, it has been like a therapeutic part of me of getting rid of all the extra stuff that overtakes us. Yeah.
Kind of make you realize how much you have in here that you don't really use, or you don't really need. Mm-hmm. You know, our brains have been programmed to just buy, and just put things to the corner and never use them again. But once you get to it, there's a lot of things that you really don't need, you don't use, and you just buy them because they have it buying when you could potentially use all that money to do fun things to enjoy your life, such as traveling or going out to eat somewhere really good or making memories with you and your family or whoever. So
it's all about perspective. You have money for what you want to do. So, but it definitely gives us an idea of where our money has been going.
Yes.
Or how much gifts we've been given from family. So, It was definitely a hurdle. Part of our garage clean out is in the last, I believe it's in the part 3 episode or series of the part that we did. But everything is pretty much cleaned out except for the lawnmower and the yard stuff that we're still using while we're here. But the beach stuff is gone, and we still have our Christmas stuff, but most of everything is cleared out.
Yeah, but the Christmas stuff will be going after Christmas, and the rest, honestly, at this point, I think we're just gonna
dump it.
Yeah, dump it or donate it. One of those. Yeah.
That reminds me of a thought. I was just sitting here thinking of, New Year's coming up. And I have a gut feeling when we start taking Christmas stuff down and the new year rolls around, we will be probably emptying out a whole lot more in our house to start the new year and to be a little bit more pick up and go if we want. Yeah. But the other thing that we did in November was the apostle. You have to do that for documents. I'm not going to show you inside the folder because obviously this has personal information of our kids. But you have to get essentially a little seal on documents that says, hey, this is legit from the state, for your kids to get residency somewhere that, there are kids. We didn't just snatch them off the street.
Yep.
So that you have to get an appointment, you have to pay for it, or you can mail them in and it takes weeks. Like I heard of one lady in California, she sent her documents in and it took her 6 months to get her documents back, and that was just for one person. So I made an appointment for the week after, because they only open up appointments on a Friday, and then you get to pick a 15-minute appointment for the following week, and that is the only system that they have if you're not mailing it in. I was in and out within 30 minutes and got it all done, and it was super quick, and it's I want to say it's $15 for your first item, and then it's $10 for every item after. And I know that we will need to go back and get some more items apostilled, but not doing that yet. It was more like a test run. And they catch you because when you say what country you want it for, they put that on the document. So if you change a country, you have to go back and get the whole thing done because you can't use it in a different country. So there's a little bit of a catch to it that they don't tell you up front, but they surely make their money off of it.
Yep.
So other than that, it was mostly selling items in the house until I've kind of been a little burnt out and stopped.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it just feels like we sell, throw away, sell, and then it doesn't feel like there's a difference when it's happening, but I mean, it's just a lot of stuff that you don't realize that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And I mean, this is all going on while we're running a business, while I'm homeschooling, while we have field trips. If you could see beside us, it looks like a tornado has come through our bedroom while we're preparing the 6 of us to go internationally for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas is coming, 3 of our 4 kids' birthdays are coming. So it's a lot happening at one time. This is not a slow season for us by any means.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of moving factors at the same time to consider. So just trying to go slow and hopefully not burn out.
Yeah.
So
it can get overwhelming at times, just trying to keep all the components in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And so I think some of the countries that we can share with them are what we've been considering. And if you've been to any of these countries for a significant amount of time, we'd love to hear from you. Countries that we're considering are countries we have been to and countries we have not been to. So there's a little bit more, but we would like to know, have you been there, where you've loved, why you've loved it, because the reasons that you've enjoyed a country are pretty important. And if you're watching this, have you ever lived out of the United States, in Europe? If so, please let us know. Share your experience and where you were, because education, us being as educated and prepared as we can before this, is the best thing. And that's right up my alley. So, I think some of the most important things to us would be safety of the country.
Yep.
The ease of travel to other countries around us.
Mm-hmm. Our faith. Yep.
Multiple visas is a massive one, and a second citizenship down the long road.
And opportunities to create a life and a legacy.
Yeah, life. I don't really care about a legacy. I'm dead. God's legacy matters. Let's see. Healthcare is important, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You're getting older. You need healthcare.
That's right. Yeah. My knees crack when I wake up every morning. That's all right.
I would say a warm culture. Not a warm climate, but a warm culture. We want to be somewhere where people are friendly, they're kind, they're welcoming. You can go and eat dinner with your neighbors. Culture is inviting. Culture is friendly and kind. And we know that that's just something that's just personally important to us. We like to make friends and to have some social circles and community, and also where our dollars will maybe stretch a little farther.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
As a family of 6 with one income in the U.S., we do see what it is like to make our dollars stretch sometimes.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That I would say that that's pretty important. Anything else that you think is important that I have missed?
Probably transportation.
Transportation? Okay.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
good
if you really look at it, we live in Virginia, so pretty much you need a car if you want to go anywhere. But in Europe, the transportation is pretty good, so we kind of want a place where we can just hop on a train or bus and get to places without worrying about having a car.
Yeah.
Because knowing you don't like heavy traffic, so
I do not like heavy traffic, and it's going to be a learning curve. But we'll overcome it if we have to get a car. But I definitely think at the beginning we definitely don't want one.
yeah.
Right? Like if we can avoid it,
I'm good. I'm
if we can avoid it at the beginning while we settle in and learn the ropes, that's probably in our best interest.
Yes.
But if not, then I'm just not going to go anywhere until he's there and he can drive us, so I don't kill us.
yes.
Just kidding. Not really, but countries on our list that we've looked at, I kind of have it written down because it's just I cannot. You want to go through the first set?
Yeah, I go to Portugal, Spain, Netherlands, Greece, Italy, and France.
Those are like obviously a block of, I think most people that are leaving the U.S. is top choice, right? Yep. Portugal's easy for Americans. Spain's easy. Netherlands is insanely easy, which we will be going there next week. Greece is relatively easy, except homeschool is illegal, but so is it is also illegal in Portugal. Italy is decent. They've just changed some of their visa options, but I think that's only for family reunification visas and not for our situation. And then France, which they have a strong fight for homeschoolers in France. It's a smaller group, but they protest against it. But they're the French. They protest against anything. And we've been to France, we've been to Italy. We're going to Netherlands in
a week.
Yeah. The other list of things are Romania, Malta, Cyprus, Germany, and Belgium. Have not been to any of those 5, but we have spoken to some lawyers there. We have spoken to a lawyer in Romania, Belgium, and Germany about immigration to see what our options are, to see some of the things. Malta and Cyprus obviously are 2 really good options for the U.S. for U.S. citizens because of taxes and foreign investments. But those options are pretty much for high-paying individuals.
Yes.
So,
but they really hard to get in.
They are hard, but there's a reason that they're kind of hard. Yeah.
The benefits and the lifestyle is pretty good.
Germany's pretty overrun. A lot of these places are pretty overrun in the west of Europe are overrun with people that have left their home country and now call these new countries their home. So, prices are higher, food prices, and cost of living is high. Finding an affordable place to live is almost impossible. Germany has seen a high influx of immigrants, so things have changed. Belgium is a little difficult, and Belgium's government system is a little from, I guess it's the Wallonia and the I can't remember the other one with the F. They're the two different governments. One is Dutch, one is French, and they don't really get along that well. So that's a little bit of a tricky situation, but it is a good option. And then the other last 4 are...
They're Norway, Sweden, Ireland, UK. And we have been to Ireland and the UK. We have not been Norway and Sweden. But honestly, when we were in Ireland, that was like really amazing. In the UK, there were 2 places that are really good. But for us, for what we're trying to accomplish, it kind of seems like it's really hard to get in there with our current situation with our kids and trying to do what we want to do there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ireland, you're not allowed to make any money from another country outside of Ireland. So, which may or may not affect us, but also crazy housing shortage right now. And it's a little bit more of a mess, but it's a beautiful country. We love it, and we would love to take our kids there. And then the UK, we fell in love there the first time that we did not fall in love there. We were already in love, but we fell in love with the country when we moved there. And it was amazing. I would say we probably would have moved there if we had the chance.
Yeah, that was actually our very first big trip together.
It sure was, yep. So, obviously, they're hard. Basically, you can't get there unless you have a skilled worker visa is pretty much the main thing. And those are hard to come by because they're highly sought after. And so you need to be the best of the best in your industry, which, of course, he is. But they don't know that. So, it is a little bit more difficult. Sweden and Norway. Obviously, we're going to Norway next week. Sweden we haven't been to, but I have spoken with a lawyer and immigration attorney for all 4 of those. Like, we are doing due diligence, but Norway and Sweden are definitely a little bit more...
Wait, for Norway, I actually had an interview for work. 2.
Yes, Norway we have had 2 job. He's had 2 job interviews. That was actually probably a 6 months, a year ago. It was almost a year ago. So, like, we have been in this process, but we've been shifting of what we want and when we want this, and kind of fine-tuning the details.
Yeah. And I mean, honest, it kind of seems like, the Lord just trying to open doors for us. We just waiting for the right door, to open up. So,
but I think we've learned a lot through the process, and we've learned a lot about these countries and the people there and the processes. And it is not an easy task or process, especially when you're looking at a large list of countries, and they all have different visa processes. A lot of them are the same, but some of these we already have crossed off our list.
Yeah.
But we're going to, I think, slowly narrow these things down and tell you what our process is. I think we will have a much bigger announcement come January.
Yep.
After the holidays. Obviously, the holidays are going to be a little bit more quiet. We're going to spend some time together as a family, and not many people are doing things during the holiday weeks anyways, but January, early February, I think we might have a much bigger announcement as we get going.
Yes.
And can navigate there. Right now, it's just a little loose ends of uncertainty, as we can't really finalize a specific date until certain other things happen and fall into place.
Correct. Yep. So we're kind of just waiting for parts to move so we can move other parts.
Which is really hard to do.
Yeah.
It is hard to be patient, and it is hard to not have a plan until a different part happens, and then you feel like, oh my gosh, I have these other 25 parts that also need to now happen that I've just been waiting, but I couldn't actually do until this happened, and now it's like all coming down on once. So that's going to make me panic. So I'm trying to plan these little things out, but also knowing like I can't plan these things out, and so that's been something I've had to work through and not pester him about. Right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So, I think that pretty much wraps up our November update.
Yep.
There's nothing much exciting.
Yeah, no, we might take, some clips and pictures and make probably a video for next week while we are in Amsterdam and
Yep.
What is it? Amsterdam what?
Copenhagen.
Yeah, Copenhagen. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll that won't be, I won't be able to edit that and upload that until we are back.
Yep.
So just stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. But that is coming. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you for part 5. Bye.